Welcome to a special episode of the Central Pennsylvania Music Podcast from the red carpet at the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards.
We're at the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards with Brandon Valentine, president and founder of the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame and Music Awards.
Howdy, guys. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Year 5, man.
Wow. Half a decade already.
Half a decade. Gotta love it, man.
When this all started 5 years ago, did you expect it to get to this point? We were at 1,400 tickets this year.
I think we're almost pushing 1,600, to be honest. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It grows every year.
It grows every year.
Sales.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, to answer your question, I think you always dream and shoot for the stars for sure. So, to be honest, yes.
Yes, yeah. I can't hear this fast, though.
We were hoping, and it's happening, and we're happy
That's
about
right.
it.
Yeah. You dream big, and here we are, doing it big. So, gotta love it.
That's amazing. So, what are the big things to look out for this year?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same, great awards, great performances, great inductees. Some of the upgrades we made, the room we're standing in here, previously we had 1 photo backdrop, now we have 4 photo backdrops.
Okay.
Last year, this room was about 8,000 degrees. It's now air conditioned,
Yes.
Love that.
I have noticed, and it is wonderful.
That's right. And biggest thing for us is outside of the award show is just opening the physical location of the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. In fact, less than 3 weeks ago at the Englewood Roasting Company next door to the Englewood is now the physical location of the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. It is a free walk-through museum, open 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 7 days a week. So big and exciting news.
That's
Absolutely. Dude, I
sure
love
you
it,
get out there
too.
and check
The
it
way
out.
it's set up, it's awesome. Love it.
For sure.
A lot of really cool stuff there. So who are some of the big nominations this year? Or who's getting inducted this year?
Yeah, headlined by none other than Fuel, and we have Mr. Brett Scallions waiting to jump on camera absolutely right next. So Fuel, Blitz Dinette, Vince DiCola, Fred Waring, and Hybrid Ice.
That's awesome, man. I mean, a name like Fuel, they were absolutely pivotal for the 90s and
No doubt.
early 2000s.
No doubt.
I mean, I think the song Slide, it just makes everybody, or
Shimmer.
Sorry, Jesus. Shimmer. Oh, my God. I'm like, that's not right. Yeah.
Yep.
Shimmer. That's
right.
Immediately just makes you think of that era.
That's
it
right.
was definitely a song of its generation. So
No doubt.
really excited to get him out here.
For sure, man. He's ready to roll, so I'll pass the mic over to him, and thanks for having me, and enjoy the evening, fellas.
Thanks
It's
for
going to be
taking the
great.
time to talk to us, man.
Absolutely. Take care.
We're here at the 5th Annual Central Pennsylvania Music Awards. We are standing with none other than Brett Scallions of Fuel. Brett, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here and talk to us.
Pleasure and an honor, man.
Thank you. What's this feel like to you? Like, being here at the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards, did you ever think that something like this would even be a thing back when you started writing music?
When we first started Fuel, we were just trying to be creative and write a body of music that we enjoyed, and ultimately the goal is to try to achieve success and get signed to a big label and have hit songs and things like that. But when those things happened to us, we were like, God, this is amazing, But so now, 25, 30 years later here, and to be accepting an award for a Hall of Fame is an amazing thing. So thank you.
Never anticipated it when you started writing.
Never thought of any kind of Hall of Fames. We were just like I said, we were just trying to make great music. So.
I was just talking to Brandon, and I was saying about how Shimmer, you wrote a song of a generation there with just, every time I hear that song, it just makes me think of the late 90s, early 2000s when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. Writing a song like that and producing it and having that come out, what's it like having that feeling knowing that that's going to take over an entire generation, just make so many warm memories for people? What's that feeling like?
Yeah, we weren't thinking that way at all. We were just, like I said, trying to make great music. And, when we knew we had a really cool song when we first did that, and we put it on a demo. The demo was called Porcelain. And, I was the guy that was beating the door down on like the local radio stations and talking to John Machida at the X and stuff like that, and trying to get it played on the radio. And, they actually did it, which was amazing. And the next thing you know, we had a #1 song in our area, and we weren't even on a label yet. So, kudos to Chris James and John Machida and those guys at the local stations in Harrisburg for really being a driving force in the success of Fuel. So
absolutely. And I don't want to piggyback too much on Shimmer because everyone knows, I'm sure you talk about Shimmer all the time. I do love that song. It's one of the first songs that inspired me to learn how to start singing. But I have to ask this, and I told some of my best friends that we all grew up singing Shimmer. I have to ask from the horse's mouth. We know every single word to that song. What is the song about? Like, because like you try to follow it, and I'm not saying this as any insult. It's an incredible song, but it doesn't seem like it's very straightforward. And I told them, I promised them, I'm going to ask Brett Scallions personally,
well,
what is the
honestly,
song about?
Carl wrote those lyrics, so he'd be the horse's mouth for
That's
you for
true.
sure.
That's true. He did write.
But it is a song about struggle and relationships and things like that.
Okay.
So So
Hey,
yeah,
it's a beautiful song, man.
Yeah.
Every time it comes on, I will never skip Shimmer. I'll never skip Hemorrhage. I'll never skip any of them. I hear Fuel come on. I just think it's awesome. You were probably one of the first bands that I actually learned when I was early on getting into music that I was like, oh, like that's a band that I like, and they're from my area. And I think that really solidified it for me. I was just like, I love Fuel, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time here. Congratulations on your award, man.
Thank you.
And hey, continued success, man. I hope
so
nothing
much.
but the best for you.
Absolutely.
So you guys know I have a new project called RadioBot that's coming out.
Oh,
right
absolutely.
now.
Yeah. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, project called RadioBot. We have a new single coming out next month called Find Your Way Home. It's a song we wrote about for our troops and for the families of the troops who are left behind when those troops have to go off and do their jobs, so and the struggles and the stress of all of that. So, it should be a great song that I think you're going to really enjoy. So it's one of my favorites out of this new batch of music. So
that's awesome. I'm really excited to hear that, man.
Awesome,
Thank you so much.
I think you'll do a great job with that. And real quick, actually, I did want to ask, what kind of genre are you going here for this?
When we originally got together to write this music, it was like we were in the middle of the pandemic, and at that time a couple of years before we had written a few songs and stuff, and it was kind of bluesy and had a little bit of country to it, but rock and roll at the same time. And then when we got together during the pandemic and started writing, we threw out like 20 songs, and they're just all over the place. There's rock and roll here, there's country here, there's and there's blues everywhere. So and there's little hints of reggae and things like that too. So we're trying to, with this batch of music, we're just trying to be as creative as possible, but also not make the same hamburger over and over again.
I understand that.
It's like if you could have one great song and try to write 20 great songs that sound just like that, it kind of diminishes that one song.
It waters everything else down.
Yes, exactly.
It's like you don't want to hear that over and over again. So
absolutely.
So you're keeping it new, keeping it fresh. We're going to see some abstract art from this. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm very excited to hear about it. We'll make sure we keep an eye out for it and keep our fans updated.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much for your time.
Right on,
it was
guys.
a pleasure meeting you, man.
Pleasure
Thank you.
You too. Take care.
We are with the infamous Chris Garrett and Jenna Clay. Yes, I said infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah. I almost said infinite whenever I want to repeat it.
They live forever. They will never die.
Yep. Legends going on forever in our hearts. 5th year of the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards and Hall of Fame induction. How are you guys feeling tonight? You excited?
I want to say that this room is electric right now, and I'm loving it because it better happen in that room when we get out there. That's all I have to say.
I think it will.
It better.
Call them out. Like,
right now,
if they're in there and they're just like a dead audience, like I saw all of you in that other room.
That's
I know
right.
what you're capable of.
Open the pit up.
This is year 5, people. I mean, come on, let's go.
I mean, and you guys have been rehearsing like a lot. Like, so I mean, what's I mean, I can't even ask. I was gonna ask, what's the most exciting thing you're looking forward to in the performance tonight? But you can't reveal that. You can't do that. I know. See, I'm a person, I hate surprises, so I like to know up front. But I get it. For the rest of the people, never mind.
All right.
Never mind. But I am excited.
We'll tell you in a minute because we know you're leaving anyway. You're not going to watch.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be there till the very end.
Oh, okay.
Very end.
What are you two most excited for this evening? Then, if you can't tell us what you're doing.
I think this part is the most exciting because we get to see you guys and talk to all the nominees and stuff. And it's so fun, and it really. I think this is the best part.
And you guys already know what my favorite part of the show is going to be tonight. That's Blitz Dinette later tonight. I can't wait.
Absolutely. There's so much good live music that's happening tonight, and I'm so excited for it. That's why, I'll be honest, man. I'm excited to do these interviews, and then I want to get in there and watch the show this year too.
Hey, man.
I don't want to miss a thing. I mean, this is going to be an electric evening. I feel like that word comes out every year. Just electric.
It's what it is, man. You're not wrong.
That's a feeling. I feel like we need to get a giant sign next year that says electric.
Agreed.
Yes.
If there's not a sign here next year that says electric, you're not coming back.
All right.
We're kicked out.
Big task.
You guys hear that?
Yep.
We got it? Okay, very
We got
good.
it. It's recorded.
We got a guy for that.
All right.
I don't want to keep you guys for too long.
Okay.
I know you guys have a lot to do.
Yep.
Costume changes.
Costume
We
changes,
got
yep.
them.
All
Yes.
right. Well, then, thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank
come and
you.
talk to us. It's always a pleasure seeing both of your faces. I look forward to it every time. Until next time.
Back
Until
at
next
ya.
time, number 6, baby. Woo!
Keep it electric.
And we are here with the famous Blitz Dinette. I'm here with Forrest, and I'm sorry, so I actually didn't even catch your name.
It's Bill.
Nice to meet you, Bill. We're here with you guys. You guys are being honored tonight. How does that feel?
Pretty good. Yeah, it really
Pretty
feels
good.
wonderful.
It's an honor to be with this august company.
Absolutely. Now, when you guys first started writing music, did you guys think there would be anything like the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame? Did you guys think that you guys would even be a part of something like that when you guys started writing music?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not
No,
at all.
nothing like this existed then. I mean, we're talking 30-some years.
Is that you guys started writing in the 80s, correct?
Correct.
And you guys just wanted to write music that you like to play, and you wanted to play it the best that you can, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That was it. Yep.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. You guys have a live performance tonight, correct?
We do.
I can't wait to hear it, man. How about you, Danny? Are you excited to see him?
I'm very excited. I was listening to some of your music, and you guys, not to rhyme words here, but you guys have such a dynamic with your music writing abilities. You guys seem to mesh so well together with your music writing. I absolutely love the sound. How did you guys tackle that as a band? Have you guys been playing together for years before, or come on in here? Sorry, was that a yes?
Yes. 3 original members.
3 original members. Yes. I'm sorry, and what was your name, sir? Bob. Daniel, nice to meet you.
Hi, Bob. I'm Alan.
That's Alan down there.
Bob.
So I was saying how I love your guys' ability to write music together. You obviously have some extreme skill, and I'm sure it came with years and years of hard work and practice. When this whole band formed, how did you guys tackle this? How did you guys say, all right, you're going to do this? Just give us the beginning of the story, I guess is what I'm asking.
Oh, the beginning of the story. Well, I was working with a gentleman named Bob Welsh, writing songs and doing some other things. And we had a jam band, for lack of a better term. We had a band, and the idea was play the melody, play the head so that we can all solo till, the break. We played very long songs. And Bobby left and wanted to do some writing. So I still wrote with Bob, but we got Bob Famous to play bass and changed the name of the band.
Okay.
And we still use some of Bob's tunes. And that we were working as a 5-piece with Amy Simpson as vocalist. And this guy and 2 friends showed up at a bar and said, "We have some charts for your songs. Let us sit in." No. I said no. And they said, "Oh, come on, no, we know the songs. We have charts." I said, "How could you possibly have charts for our original music?"
Uh-huh.
They had come to the club previously and recorded it. Recorded our songs, went home and wrote chord charts, horn charts for them.
Oh, my goodness.
And came up and nailed it. And that was it. It went from a 5-piece band to an 8-piece band in one set of music.
So
that's insane.
I guess you could say you were a true fan before you were a member.
Absolutely. I heard them once.
Oh my!
I was going to say, that's got to be hands down the most unique story I've heard of a member joining a band. Is like, I like your music so much, I recorded it personally, went home, charted it, learned it perfectly, and then was like, hey, here's my opportunity, man. Put me in, coach. Give me a shot.
Yeah, I mean, because people used to ask to sit in. I'm going, we're doing original music.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, I don't want some drunk harmonica player. Sorry, no offense. I don't want some drunk harmonica player telling me they know this tune. These guys, and I didn't know them.
Yeah.
I didn't know these people.
It's strangers to you.
Yeah, and they said, we can do this, we want to do this, and they wouldn't take no for an answer. So
I'm glad determination paid off, man.
We were literally hijacked.
But
we were.
for the good of the band eventually. You just didn't know it at the time.
No, I didn't know it at the time, but as soon as they played the charts, I knew it.
You were like, that's it. You guys are in.
That's it. That is. We went from a 5-piece band to an 8-piece band in one set of music.
So did that essentially, in your mind, that counted as their audition, and they're like, they passed with flying colors?
Yeah, there was no audition. It was like I was hijacked, and then I decided you can have the car.
There was no asking. He said, I'm in the band now.
Right.
Yeah.
We are in.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm a member now.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask a question and have each person of the band answer the question. Starting the band in, I believe, what was it, the late 80s and into the early 90s. I'm sure you made some memories along the way. What are some of your favorite memories, or each one of you? Could you tell me what are some of your favorite memories of the band from over the years? Start with you. Really putting you on the spot.
Opening up for Tower of Power, actually.
Sorry?
Opening up for Tower of Power.
Okay.
It was a big experience for all of us, actually. It's really cool.
That's amazing. All right. How about yourself, sir?
The trip to Vegas.
What did he say?
The trip to Vegas.
Oh,
yeah.
love it.
Are we leaving?
Sin City,
are we
man. I
leaving
love
the story
Vegas.
in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can do that.
Yeah. What was that UFO place, restaurant in New Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, was it good?
Oh, yeah. Great breakfast and UFO stuff.
After being on the
So
road
that-
for 36
that's a crazy
hours.
comment. You're like, no, like it was really weird, but like genuinely, the food was fantastic, but it was really weird.
Very weird. Yeah, the coolest thing for me was recording with Lou Marini.
Oh wow,
You know,
okay.
like Blue Lou. The
Yeah.
guy, he's the sax player on 2 of the tracks on our second album.
Okay.
That was very rewarding and very fulfilling.
That's awesome.
To have him think, because he sat in. It's another guy of a horn player attacks the band. We were working this little bar
I'm in the
in
band now.
Carlisle, and he was doing a seminar at Dickinson College.
Okay.
And he came down, and we're playing, and I look over there, and there's Lou Marini unpacking his horn, and he climbs up on stage and he sits in. And I mean, this guy was in the Blues Brothers. He was, Aretha Franklin's musical director.
So you're not going to tell him to get off.
Exactly. It's
But you're
Lou
also
Marini.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and he read the charts down and he played his ass off, man. The
That's
guy was
awesome.
great. Guy was great. He was a very fine gentleman. We went to New York and took the tapes up. Yes, that's how long ago it was. They
Hey,
were
I still
literally
remember
tapes.
cassettes. I still remember tapes. I bought them. I'm old enough.
Yeah. we took up the ADAT, and he came off of a show with Paul Schaefer at Radio City. They were doing a Christmas show.
Okay.
And he came over. Billy took him for a sub and a couple of Heinekens.
Okay.
And he came back and played the hell out of these 2 songs on the album.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was the best thing.
I'm not gonna lie too. Like, I love saxophone. Like, that is hands down my favorite. Like, that is a brass, right? Is it? I always get confused. It's
that's
a
a
woodwind.
woodwind.
It's a woodwind. I always get confused between brass and woodwind because of what it looks like. It's my favorite woodwind instrument. And would you guys be shocked to know that like saxophone is actually making a huge intake in metal? Just throwing that out there. We don't have to talk about it forever.
Okay.
But I'm not kidding.
I'm
There's
curious.
a couple bands that are doing it, and like when I heard it, I was like, someone told me about it, I was like, there's no way that sounds right. And then I heard the music, and I was like, oh my God, that's actually what metal has been missing. It's so crazy how good it works. I implore you to go check it out on your own time. But I love the saxophone is what I'm getting at.
Very good. Cool. It's a good thing, man. Sax is good.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to step in and talk with us. I appreciate it. Congratulations on all of your success.
Pleasure.
Congratulations on your awards.
Yep.
And I look forward to hearing you guys perform tonight.
All right. Thank
you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen, so
Pleasure
much
to
for
meet
your
you.
time.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
We are here with Hybrid Ice. They are being nominated to the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. I'm sorry.
Central Pennsylvania Music Awards.
Sorry, no, but they're being inducted to the Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
yeah, they're being inducted. Yes,
I'm
I'm sorry. That's the word you were looking for.
They're
They're being inducted, yes.
Yes. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here this evening. We're very excited for it. When the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame first reached out to you to say, hey, we would like to induct you to the Hall of Fame, what were your first thoughts?
Let's see, that was yesterday.
Okay. So it's a little fresh.
My wife took the call, I think. What impressed us the most?
No, what was your first thought? Yeah, what was your first impression?
Well, we think that it's actually quite an honor.
No, what was your first thought?
Yeah. You know, we didn't have any of that. Why did it take them so long? None of that. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. We were just happy to be included, quite honestly.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
And did you ever anticipate there being a Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame when you guys first started writing music? Did you ever think that would be a thing? Because, I mean, even back then, I mean, there was plenty of musicians here in Central Pennsylvania that were doing a great job. So, I mean, I don't think it really came as a surprise that it came eventually. But how do you guys feel now knowing that there's a Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame? Did you ever anticipate that at all when you started writing music?
When we started, there was no such thing as radio or television. So
wow.
All we had was like smoke signals.
Smoke
and
signals.
That was the only way we could communicate. So the thought of there being something like this on the internet?
Yeah.
What was that?
What is the internet?
We had no idea. So when we finally came out of our shells and out of our rocks and started paying attention to all the technology and then finding out about it, all welcome. And it's just a wonderful thing that all these young people out here have an open opportunity to have their voices heard.
Absolutely.
Anywhere in the world, where we had to pay a lot of money just to record an album locally.
Yep.
And we had to promote it.
Yep.
And it was just word of mouth, phone calls.
We heard stories from like Bret Michaels when they would go out to put up posters. You would see where all the hot spots were, and everyone had posters on top of each other. But he's like, so we just went different. We climbed up on someone's shoulders and slapped ours up way where everyone else couldn't reach. That way no one missed it. And that's the kind of stuff you guys had to think about back then. Is like, how do you do it differently than someone else?
It was totally that way. I mean, we had to. We loved it though, because the way we did it is we hit the road, and we played. We had an audition for an agency. We played 59 nights in a row, all one-nighters from here to Florida and back.
Wow, and that's insane.
You're right, that's insane.
That's insane.
But we were in our 20s and we could do it.
Absolutely.
So it was very well worth it. It paid off. But that's, you still have to play live. It's all about playing live.
And so now you guys also got national recognition for the song Magdalene.
Yeah,
but you
the
guys,
song Magdalene, right?
Magdalene, yes. And then you guys had your own success, and then you guys had a band as big as Boston decide to cover your band. What was that like whenever you got the news that Boston had covered your original music?
Well, it took them a while to do it. We were playing in Raleigh, North Carolina, and my dad called me up and said, some guy named Tom from Boston wants to talk to you. And I thought, uh-oh, parking ticket or something. But
you said parking ticket.
But when I found out it was them and they wanted to do the song, it was kind of like an interrogation. They wanted to make sure I wrote it and I didn't steal it, and did I really do it? I said, yeah. And they said, would you mind if we did a rendition of it? I said, well, let me think about it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do, tell Boston to kick rocks?
Right, exactly. Well, they were always the hero kind of band of mine, so it was a big thrill.
Dude, but that's awesome though, man. I mean, and it's cool that you were able to write something that got someone else's attention as big as Boston.
The best part happened a couple years ago. One of my favorite songs of all time was More Than a Feeling, right?
I love that song.
On their last tour, they played our song Magdalene 54 times right before More Than a Feeling.
Your guys' song went before More Than a Feeling.
Right before it.
That's insane,
54
man.
times.
54 times. Dude, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Here, talk about it. Come on, talk about it. Who else wants to talk about it?
I have a question. Okay. I was like, I have a question for everybody. So with your song Magdalene that we were just talking about, you guys set the world on fire and went out there, toured, and made a ton of memories, I'm sure. Yeah. Could maybe everybody share a memory or a great time that you had when, back in the day when you guys were out there on your first tour, just absolutely crushing it?
Well, we opened for Blue Oyster Cult.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And we won the York Fair Battle of the Bands. And
that's a big one.
Magdalene just kept getting bigger and bigger, and we couldn't believe it. You know, it was a lot of fun. You know,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have something you'd like to share?
Yes. Oh, as far as a good time, like a good time on their first tour, I wasn't born yet.
Well, yeah, fair, yeah. Maybe not first tour, but you know.
When I got the call to join these guys, I was just like blown away, and you know, I looked up to these guys forever. You know, as a young musician, you know, moving up into this area and knowing who these guys were, it was a big deal to me.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
And then we did all these cruise ship tours and down to Mexico and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I didn't see that happening in my next 10 years. You know, so that's pretty cool. You know, hang out with these guys.
That's amazing. That's a great surprise for you, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And how about you, sir? What would be your biggest?
My biggest what?
Memory, joy.
Memory, joy.
Your years of being in the band.
Boy, oh
He's
boy.
like, you got to clarify.
I don't know. I have had so much fun from day one till right now.
Yeah?
You know.
What are some of your favorite things about being in the band?
Oh, we rolled the equipment truck in the snow on ice one time.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, we were headed somewhere, North Carolina.
Okay.
Ice storm hits.
That sounds dangerous.
You know.
And everybody was all right.
Truck rolls, so we locked it up and turned around and went home.
Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, I mean you don't have a band at that point, so
right,
was all the equipment okay?
Mostly.
For the most part.
Mostly.
And you didn't care. You were just glad to get out of it.
Right.
There. Alrighty. Anybody else have any memories they'd like to share from over the years?
You know, I will say this.
I did enjoy.
I have one older sister. I have no brothers. These guys were like my brothers.
I love to hear that.
They're my family, and we're that tight.
That's a great bond.
We're lucky to be that tight. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Your turn, sir.
Your turn, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, sir.
Well, one of my favorite memories was when we did some cruises. We had a chance to play with John Cafferty.
Oh, okay.
And so we were his support band. And at the end of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we wandered off and sat at a bar and just had a few drinks. And he just told me the whole story of when he was young and how, you know, he figured things out and where he went and how he did it. And it was real interesting, you know.
That's awesome.
You know, and it was just like two buddies sitting next to each other sharing a drink.
It is really cool when you get to meet people that you look up to, and you realize you spend maybe, you know, however much of your life where you think about this person and you're like, you put them on this pedestal, and then you finally meet them and they're just a normal person. Like, and it's like, I've been very fortunate where they always say, like, you know, never meet your hero. All of my heroes that I've met so far have never let me down. They've always been like, thank you so much. They're so humble. They're so nice. Yep. That's awesome that you got to experience that as well. It's the best thing that you can ask for when you meet someone that you look up to.
I got one.
Okay.
Jimmy Jameson from Survivor.
Okay.
We were his support band also.
That's awesome.
So we're playing all these Survivor songs, great music.
Yep.
So we bring him into Danville, and right before we're on stage, he says, here's what we should do. You take some ketchup, and I'll take some ketchup. And when we get on stage, I want you to just punch me in the mouth and then rub the ketchup right in. And then I'll punch you in the mouth, and just we'll look like we're really angry and beating each other up, because that's what the people want to see.
Dude, he was a marketing engineer ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was.
That's awesome, because like, who doesn't want to watch a fight?
Yeah.
Like, everyone wants to watch a fight. It's like innate. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to come by, talk with us. It was truly an honor to meet you, sir. Honor to meet you guys. Seriously, I appreciate it. And we are here with Jess and Mark of Studio Glow. Guys, thank you so much for coming on and talk. Stereo. Why do I say studio? I do this every time. Stereo Glow. But I do know that you guys are nominated for the Best Alternative Rock Band, correct?
Yes, you got it.
How does that make you guys feel being nominated?
We are so excited after releasing an album about close to a year ago.
Okay.
We worked so hard, and we are just so excited to be out here on the scene in good company.
Absolutely. I mean, we've heard it like maybe once or twice, right, Danny? What's the word that we're using to describe this room?
Electric.
I think it's electric.
Yes, it's electric.
Yes, the electric. It's been awesome.
Why, thank you. It's a great feeling we have here tonight, and it's so great having you guys here. Thank you for taking the time to come on the show. You were just saying before we started here that you have a new album coming up, some new shows coming. Please elaborate a little bit. Tell us more about what's coming new for you.
Well, we put together an album ourselves that came out a few months ago. We played all the instruments on it and recorded it in our home studio. So we're very proud of it. It's getting really good reviews.
That's awesome.
And now we're transitioning into a live act where Jessica and I used to be a duo, and now we are a full band. And we will have a show coming up in Mechanicsburg at Metropolis Collective on May the 4th. Saturday, May the 4th, about 8 o'clock start.
I love Star Wars. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I just may the 4th be with you.
Yes, you can come as your favorite stormtrooper or whatever.
Don't
whatever
tempt
you
me
like.
with a good time, man.
Are
I'll
you
be
doing
there.
any Star Wars covers that evening?
I had thought about it. I didn't discuss it with Jessica yet, but I definitely have thought about it.
You might have Galactic Empire showing up, kicking the door, and being like, "This
yes.
is our bit."
Yes. We'll try to work something in.
No, that's awesome. Dude, congratulations. I also like that you said you guys you essentially focused on writing and recording your music first. Now you're focusing on the live portion. I think that's really important. I think that gets overlooked. I know a lot of people say, get out there, play live, play live, play live. And that does work for some people. But you can play live all you want, but if it's not tight and if it's not perfected, there's no point in playing live if you're going to change the song 3-4 times every time you play it live. It's different. People go there because they want to hear what they've heard you produce, and you want to deliver that perfectly. So I just want to say credit to you guys for doing it, in my opinion, the right way. Getting it perfected, getting it recorded. You know exactly what you guys are doing. All right, now let's take it live so people can hear exactly what got them in love with us live. I think that's awesome.
Correct,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
You're very welcome.
I think what we're most excited about is connecting with the fans in the flesh. 'Cause
Absolutely.
We've been hearing this stuff playing online, which is great, but to actually be there, we all learned through COVID, there's nothing like a live performance.
Absolutely not. COVID was a scary time, and we're not going to hammer COVID.
But
we've done it enough, but it was a scary time for music. It really was.
Definitely.
It's really good. It's something we talk about on our show a lot is how our music community here in Central Pennsylvania is very special. People really like to come together and work together, and it's so great to see that in an evening like tonight with all these people, all these musicians coming out to support each other.
Oh, and you know, the audience is part of the performance. It's never the same.
A lot of people forget that the audience is part of the show, because especially as performers, you rely on that energy that comes from the audience. Because, I mean, for me, metal background, if you're doing a breakdown and you don't see people punching each other in the face, you're like, wait, maybe that breakdown needs a little more work.
Yes.
But it's the same thing. No matter what genre, you have that call and response from the band and the audience. And if the audience isn't there, it's not really a show. You know what I mean?
Nothing like you can't replicate it. It's a
You
one-time
can't.
thing.
Exactly
You gotta
right.
come out. That's why you gotta support your local artists.
Exactly
Catch
right.
the vibe.
All right, well, I think that covers just about everything, but thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time
you.
to come over here and speaking with us. We greatly appreciate your time. Good luck on your nomination this evening. We hope you get it, and thank you so much again.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
They're very welcome. Pleasure meeting you, ma'am. Pleasure meeting you. And we are here with Annie Elise and her brother Levi. Levi, I heard you just won Best Cover Award.
We did.
Congratulations,
man. And Annie, I know you are nominated for the third year now for the Best Pop Artist.
That's correct, yes.
So we're hoping, fingers crossed, third time's the charm, right?
We'll see.
All right. So, hey, I love you. Okay. But how does it feel, third year being here, being at the CPMAs? We've said it maybe once, maybe twice. I might even say thrice. The energy is electric. here.
Yes. You finished my word.
I did. I'm sorry. But yes, it's electric. Danny, what would you like to say to these fine fellows? And lasses? I think that's the word. Lasses?
The words are hard. Yeah, it's great.
They are.
It's great to see returning artists here every year, especially talent, continuously pour out of our local music community. Obvious, just kind, warming support out of everyone. This is something we love to see. I mean, wow, it just really blows my mind every year. So what are some, I know you already won Best Cover. You're up for Best Pop. So what are your goals for next year, depending on how this year
Oh, that's
goes?
a great question. Well, one thing I'll say is it's been really nice to see the youth band have like a real presence here. I remember growing up, I grew up in Hershey, and doing like pop music, it felt a little bit disjointed from the rest of the music that was happening. So it really makes me happy to see such an emphasis on youth and music.
Absolutely.
So I know for myself, a big goal that I have is to keep working on my own music, but also to help out a bit in these youth spaces. I'm not too old yet. And I think it's just a really important space to foster, especially here in central Pennsylvania.
That's great. And I think it's great that we have that space here.
I so agree.
Yeah, I mean, and it's 5 years into it now.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep growing and getting bigger every year.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I don't think any time soon that we're going to stop fostering the youth of this area, especially because we've talked about it once, we've talked about it twice, we might have talked about it thrice. But like Central Pennsylvania does have such a special music scene.
Yes.
And I don't think any of the people involved, the big wigs, the big performers, no one's going to forget about the youth here because we just can't. If we forget about them, there's nothing to continue.
Exactly. Yeah, our dad is a music educator for the middle school.
Love it.
Yeah, so that was definitely a big part in us doing music and feeling empowered to do so. Was it all starts with the teachers.
It's exactly right. And the bottom line is, if you don't have the youth, you don't have a future. But I can say, from us doing 2 Central Pennsylvania Music Youth Awards, or youth showcases rather, I will say I think as of right now, the future is in great hands. It's in great hands.
Well, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't ask, what are the big things that you got coming up here in the future for both of you? Any live performances or new music coming out?
Yeah, I actually am part-time living in New York City now.
Oh, wow.
I work for a record label up there. I do A&R, so my job is to sign artists to the label.
Wow.
It's a really fun job.
Congratulations.
That's
awesome.
my day-to-day as an A&R, and so it's always fun to get to come here and play more on the artist side rather than the artist I work in the business side for.
For sure.
So my goal for this next year is to release more music of my own. I have a great A&R roster. I love them, but it's nice to refocus on my own artist project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
How about
guys,
you?
Yeah.
What do you got?
From you, man. Levi.
Personally, I don't do like a lot of like solo artist stuff, but
you play the bass.
Well,
That's
I
cool.
play the bass, but I'm not like.
I have a
an
question
artist.
though. Do you slap at the bass?
Oh,
No. Okay.
I
It's fine.
tried
It's okay though. I just had to ask.
But it's really been cool to see what a profession in music could look like for me, kind of seeing from her side of things.
Yeah.
That's been really helpful, seeing what could a career in music look like for me. What does it look
What
like
would you do
for-
with a career in music?
I don't know. I think it'd be really interesting, and I think I'd really enjoy it as a profession, possibly in the future. I think I'd really enjoy that for my life.
Wait till your knees are 34 years old, Levi. I'm just going to let you know. Then you might think differently. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, if that's what your goals are, man, dude, chase them till you can't anymore. Yeah. I did the same thing. It works out for some people. It doesn't work out for some people. And that's just the reality. We're not here to promise dreams, but if you've got what it takes, guess what?
We're here
It'll
to support
happen
them.
for you.
And if you work hard, your dreams become way more easier, attainable. My goodness,
Exactly.
Mixing my words there. But I mean, just work hard and stick to your heart, man. You'll be able to go out there and do whatever you want in this world.
I do have a personal love for bass players, though, because besides the drums, you guys really are the heart and the soul of the song. Because when I was a vocalist,
Emphasis on soul.
I was waiting for the I was waiting. I was following the bassist. That's what I was waiting for
you
my
have
cue.
a bad drummer, your only saving grace
is the bassist. Exactly right. So with that, thank you guys so much for taking the
you.
time
Thank
to
you.
stop over and talk to us. Good luck.
Thank you.
I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. Don't ever let her forget that you beat her. I'm just kidding.
It's true. It's true.
I'm just kidding. Sibling rivalry, guys. Yeah. But thank you again so much, guys.
Yes.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we are here with the one, the only, Angel DeWay. You were nominated for Best World Music. Oh, no, you did win the Spot Award for Best World Music, and you're nominated for Best R&B Artist.
Yes.
Bro, how do you feel right now, man?
I feel...
it better be Cloud9 or I'm going to be sad.
I feel good because it's all God blessing. It's all, God open doors when you work hard and you write your songs, you work with producers and to give you the rightful sound. And so I feel good.
That's awesome, man. So do you think you got it in the bag this year? You think you got it?
I'm praying.
Who's the competition?
I'm praying. For the best R&B.
Yeah.
I love Debo, but he's my competition right now.
I mean, I don't know.
I know.
It's
a
anyone's
tough
game,
one.
man, because like you're both incredible, man. So
Thank
like,
you.
I don't know, but yeah, Debo is like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's Debo, but like it's okay.
I would love to see the both of you work on music together, though.
Here's how it works.
We talk about it.
Okay.
That's something in work. We talk about it. We just gotta wait for the right timing. D-Boy and Angel Doe.
So
That's
here's what you do. I learned this from Hybrid Ice.
Hybrid Ice.
I don't know why I did that. I learned this from Hybrid Ice. Everyone loves a fight. It's the best marketing tactic. So if Debo goes up there and wins, you just run up there and just sock him. It'll get all the coverage, and you're shooing for next year. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Bad publicity.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's why we hired Alan.
True.
I mean, dude, I'm a train wreck, just waiting to still wreck. They've been waiting for it for years.
It's teetering. It's just it's a monorail.
I just need a little sharper of a turn.
Yep, exactly.
But no, man, dude, that's awesome. So you guys do actually have something in the works.
We talk about
Communication-wise.
Communication-wise, we talk about it, which is just finding the right time to link up and actually do it, because I know sometimes he's doing concert, and sometimes I'm doing concert different part of PA, and sometimes in New York and different,
Bro, musician's life, am I right?
Yes.
Like, oh, you said you wanted some of my time? Oh, look, I'm fresh out of that. I don't have any. I don't have any.
That's right.
But now if you put a $sign in front of it, oh, look, I just dug a little bit deeper. I have a smidgen of time. It's crazy how that $sign works.
Ooh, yes.
It's 100%.
Yes.
But dude, awesome, man. So what do you got coming up, man?
I'm working on my second EP.
Okay.
Titled Scorpio, which would be
What is it?
It's titled Scorpio.
Okay.
Which will be released later this year, November 8th.
You're gonna make me wait until November, bro? Why would you do that?
But the lead single of the EP will be dropping next month.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm so excited because this one, it kind of give everyone of who I am, diversity in music, veritize. It gives every flavor. It gives R&B. It gives a little bit of bar.
Okay.
And then it just gets you that feeling,
Bro, I'm all for it. Dude, I love your personality, man.
Thank
Every
you.
time I see you in here, and I hate that, the last time I saw you was in the same room last year, but dude, your energy is infectious, man.
Thank
you.
And dude, I think it does come through on your music as well.
Thank
So
you.
I'm going to say, if anyone ever sees this man out and about and hears his music, do not hesitate to stop and tell this man thank you for gracing us with his presence and his musical talent. I'm just saying.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Outside of the new EP coming up and the new single, any other shows or tours or anything like that people can look out for?
Oh, most definitely. The Scorpio concert begins in New York, December 15th this year.
My goodness.
Wait, like New York, New York?
New York, the state of New York.
What? Oh, but like not NYC, New York.
Spreading the news.
Dude, I wasn't sure. That's why I was like, wait, New York, New York?
New York.
Frank Sinatra wrote a song about it.
He did.
Yep.
He did. He's like, yeah, bro, New York. He's like, it's Buffalo. He said, but I'm gonna say New York because it gets better publicity.
Yeah.
It's Schenectady.
Yeah. So the Scorpio concert begins this year.
Okay.
And then it goes over to 2025.
Okay.
Throughout 2025. But one of the amazing things is that the Scorpio concert financial resources will go towards the Doe Foundation.
That's awesome.
To help
Tell us more about the Doe Foundation.
The Doe Foundation is a foundation founded by me and my brother, Stanley Doe. So what we're doing is to give back to Liberia, west coast of Africa, and to get support one student at a time through education. So that they have the resources they need for like the equipments, the backpacks, the laptops, all of those resources that they need to extend, advance in the education.
Okay.
So that's one of the very important things I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely,
and that's why this project, it's so much important, because there's so much. It's not just about the music, but it's about the effect it's going to have on kids in Liberia lives.
Yes.
You're literally giving them a ticket to change their future if they want, because you can't do that without the education or the knowledge of how to do so.
No.
Dude,
that's amazing.
You're giving them their golden ticket. You're like Willy Wonka, but like Better. I'm just going to put that there. You're very with that. I'm going to leave it alone right there. I'm going to leave it. There's so many jokes, so many different avenues to go, but I'm not going to, and I love you.
Seriously, thank you so much. That's amazing that you do something like that.
So much.
I mean,
absolutely, man.
Really giving back to the community, and that's what we're all about here at the Central Pennsylvania Music Podcast and the Hall of Fame. So that, I mean, I think that covers about all the bases. Angel, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
always
much
a pleasure
for
seeing you.
Thank
Angel,
so much.
Always a pleasure seeing you, man.
Thank you so much. I
Thank you for
appreciate
taking the time.
Thank
And with that, guys, Angel DeWitt. And my producer, Chris, can't count, but hey, I don't know if you guys have seen the difference here in the background. Everyone's emptying out. They're all going in to see the show now. That's where we're about to go, so you know where we'll be, and you know where you'll see us every year right here at the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards. Danny, anything you got?
No, just want to thank everybody for stopping out here tonight, and we had such a great time. Everybody keep supporting the community. Thank you for supporting us. I would say tonight went better than the high five we're about to do, right?
Yeah, right.
All right,
absolutely.
cool. Yep. Have a great night, everybody.
Electric.